Hello, my name is Kalia and I'm a member of the Queer Parenting Partnership. In my last video, I spoke about the hormonal physiology of lactation, and I mentioned that producing milk works on a supply and demand mechanism, and to induce lactation we've got to kind of trick our bodies into thinking that there is a baby there, so it will start producing milk to feed this baby. So that kind of comes in two parts. The first part is how the child feeds and mimicking that. The second part is the pattern of the feeding that a newborn will do. So if we look at the first part first, there's a couple of different ways that you can use the way a child feeds, and you can mimic that, and the motions and that. So if you look at the chest, you've got the mammary glands all around the areola. So what you can do, when a child suckles, if you imagine that this is the child's chin, that's the upper lip and that's the mouth. When they feed, they go kind of chin first, and then they roll onto the top and they start feeding like that. But if you look at the chin is kind of normally somewhere near the mammary glands themselves, and they kind of massage that and then suck the chest as well at the same time. So you can mimic this with your hands. So you can get your hands in a C shape, go to the areola, and you normally travel upwards about an inch and then kind of massage at that point and squeeze. But bear in mind that you have mammary glands all around the areola, so you have to change the angle of your C shape in order to massage them, and this is normally called hand expressing. So that's one way of doing it. You can also use a pump if you would like to. So there are different kinds of pump. The first one is a hand pump, which looks something like this, only it has a mechanism to create the pressure. So if you wanted to use a hand pump, you put it on the chest like that, and then you use the pump to create the negative pressure, and that will suck the nipple and the areola down. Then there's also an electric pump, which looks the same, only it's connected to a battery pack like this, and this is the one that I have. You can either plug it into your laptop, the wall, anything that provides power. So again, it's the same theory. You put it on the chest like that, and you just press the on button, and it will start creating a negative pressure that expresses the milk and kind of mimics a child suckling, and it has different settings as well to mimic the way a child sucks. So when a child first latches on, they do like little butterfly sucks where they flitter really quickly and it's very gentle, and then they do longer sucks and then even longer, slower sucks as well. So a lot of pumps have that, a lot of electric pumps have that mechanism to mimic the pattern that children suckle in. You can have an electric pump, you can have a single one. If you have a hand pump and you only have one place to put your chest, you will have to express off one and then express off the other side of your chest as well to make it even, and to let both sides of your chest know that you're going to need milk soon. Or you can get a double pump. So this is what I've got at the moment. I got a double pump very cheaply off the internet to use in antenatal classes, but I figured I'll use it for this case study as well. So it can do both sides of the chest at the same time, and it's connected to a battery pack into the wall. For me, I decided that this was the most convenient way because I am quite a busy person, so I can do both at the same time and it takes less time. I don't have to sit there for as long while I'm doing it. I don't have to swap from one to the other. I just do it in one sitting and then it's done. So that's the kind of physical way that you mimic a newborn suckling, but also you have to mimic how they suckle and the rhythm and the pattern that they suckle in to properly convince your body that there is a newborn that it needs to provide milk for. So like I said before, it works on a supply and demand basis, and we need to mimic the way a child demands milk. So for a newborn, they normally wake every 2 to 3 hours and suckle from between 15 to 30 minutes. And that, if you're a non-gestational partner who's trying to induce lactation, in the beginning that can be mildly impractical because normally we have other commitments in life. So I've worked on a plan where I'm going to slowly build up the amount that I demand milk from my body, that I attempt to express milk from my body. So it works around me, I can get used to it mentally and I can fit it into my life, and it's slightly more practical because I do have other commitments in life, and I will be releasing that soon. In my next video I will talk about my plan of attack, so to speak, and how I found that as well, and just the little practical bits and bobs too. So yeah, it's an exciting journey. Thank you for watching my second video.